everyone, Suzi here, and today we're playing Watcher of Realms. For today's video, we have dev insights. Not just one, but two. We have our latest edition plus a special episode, number 8, Hot Topics. So I knew I missed a Dev Insights yesterday. That was very early in the morning, but I was a little busier than expected yesterday, more like sleepier than expected yesterday. I struggled after a very busy past couple weeks and a wedding on Sunday. Whew, I'm still not feeling like a normal human, but I'm getting there. And well, I didn't even notice because I had the white dot sitting there waiting for me to go click it, that they posted another Dev Insights. So this is going to be a jam-packed session of I read it so you don't have to. We have a bunch of questions here. And again, we have the we have July 5th and then July 5th, right? For the special episodes version. Yeah, special episode 8. All right, guys, let's get started though on the part that was before. And then if you already listened to someone talk about this part, but maybe not the other part, you can skip to the special episode part. I will put a separate chapter for the beginning ones. All right, part 1 and part 2. Let's go. Part 1. These are responses from the 15th through the 21st. And these tend to be the responses that are a little more, not general, they can be very specific actually, but a little less hot topic-y. The ones that are interesting but maybe don't get a ton of reactions. The ones with a ton of reactions are what they save for special episodes, which makes sense. All right, question 1. After Gisele reaches A1, her damage can actually feel lower, which makes her first awakening feel a bit off from the idea of strengthening a hero. Could the damage reduction on A1 be removed? So the A1 trade-off is part of her current kit. A1 can lower part of her damage, but overall it's still considered an upgrade. So we don't plan to adjust those effects right now. We'll keep monitoring her usage rate and performance across different modes and lineups. Okay, so I'm sorry, Watcher of Realms staff, but I have to agree with these reactions. There's a reason you got so many reactions on this one comment. Gisele is considered useless, maybe considered the worst hero in the entire game, and she's an ancient exclusive. Like the worst, I think she's probably considered worse than Absin, worse than Cratch. Oh, Cratch actually has some good utility in Matrix, so Cratch isn't fully terrible. But yeah, I think like Absin, Cratch, Shamir, the ones people love to laugh and hate on. Azor, I don't know, are they, so people might even put Gisele lower than them. In some cases, I think if you have a tier list of, and you had to order them. So there's a reason for that. Her monitoring her usage rate and performance should already be very clear right now that no one that has advanced accounts has any interest in her at all. And if awakening a hero is a trade-off and gives her less damage, then what's the point of awakening her at all? I do have to agree that there sounds like something's not quite working as the community would expect, even if it is intended. All right, question 2. Clarissa feels very dependent on faction bonuses, but since she only has one faction right now, it can be hard to make her compete with the Cursed Cult lineups and Malric Halls of Illusion, Gear Raid 1, and similar content. Could she get a second faction or an A2 with impact closer to Jiushi or Lulu? So she is on our watch list for future tuning. We'll continue monitoring her overall. Maybe the new faction, the Adepts. Bitch be crazy. She could go anywhere she wants. Her story's bonkers. It's very dark. Alright, since Lulu and Sergei share the same mentor in the story, could they get a bond skill? Right now, not having that connection feels a little out of step with their background. Their story connection is more complicated. Oh, sorry, the reply. The story connection is more complicated than a simple teammate bond. Lulu and Sergei have already gone their separate ways. Sergei is the reason Lulu lost her arm, so their relationship setting doesn't support adding a bond skill between them. But thanks for taking a closer look at the story details. It's true, it's actually a pretty sad and interesting story there. So if anything, they're not, maybe they're kind of enemies right now. It might be sad because they grew up as like siblings, but in the end, he kind of, yeah, he's the reason she lost her arms. So I don't think they're very on good terms to be a bond. It's a very good point. All right, variant attributes could use a broader pass when variant gems are updated. I've put together a detailed suggestions for weaker options. Please check here. Overall, I'd like more high-quality options, especially for ultra-rare, non-bangle, non-weapon variant attributes. They reply saying the variant attribute pool is something we'll keep visiting. We'll continue monitoring it, and in future updates, we plan to adjust some weaker variant attributes while adding to the new ones. The detailed optimization ideas are helpful in that discussion. So I will click this if we can. Okay, I'm not going to read the whole thing. If you guys want to, you can head on over to the Discord and click the Dev Insights tab and find this post. But yeah, the person talks through, let's see, any variant not mentioned is perfectly fine as is. Stat variants. Unrivaled power on the house. Okay. Okay, they just have a bunch of suggestions. Yeah, a lot of suggestions. It's really nice. Very cool. Very cool. All right, but yeah, that's a bit of a detailed thing to go through. We have a lot to go through. Okay, let's go. Demon Captain Glacius is described as being immune to all CC effects after reaching level 3, but greed can still apply slow to him right now. Could this interaction be clarified so it lines up with the description? Good catch on that interaction. We've confirmed the issue between level 3 Glacius and Greed Slow. We will fix it as soon as possible. So Greed should not be able to slow Glacius. That's a bug. Okay. Sorry, don't mind my eyeball. It decided to not want to work again. All right, question 6. I realized, sorry, side note. I was at a wedding for, so, I don't know, I left at like 10 a.m. I did my makeup at like 9 a.m. Didn't come home till 9 p.m. And I didn't have to rub my eyes too much. Only a little couple fixes here and there. But I sit at my computer and I have to clean my eyes constantly. I think the strain of looking at screens really affects my Bell's palsy eye. So it's an interesting thing to realize when you step away and actually wear makeup and try not to touch my eye all day, that I could kind of do it, but the second you put me in front of a screen, I'm like, screens are bad. It's fine. It's my life. I'm stuck with it. I guess I can't complain too much. All right. I digress. Moving onward. Question 6. Most shield effects mainly differ by value and duration, so shield-focused heroes can feel a bit similar. Could shields get more distinctive attributes, such as Frost, reducing attack speed when enemies hit shielded targets, Thorns, reflecting part of the damage, Guardian, increasing block while shielded, Blessing, restoring HP over time, Bulwark, providing physical damage reduction, Arcane, providing magic damage reduction, or Sanctuary, granting CC immunity while shielded. That would make shield mechanics more strategic and give related heroes clearer roles. I love that post. That was a very well done post to whoever wrote that. Very cool. So shield variety is already part of the future design discussion. We'll look into whether shield types can support new lineup archetypes. The ideas in Frost and Thorns are useful references in that direction. I love that. Very nice. All right, when Suyu leaves the field automatically after her ultimate ends, it counts toward the death count, which affects the 0 death achievement runs that she is unless she's manually retreated. Could her automatic departure be treated as a non-death, or could her deployment cost be refunded when she leaves? That automatic departure rule is worth optimizing. We'll consider adjusting her how Suyu is counted after her ultimate ends, so zero death achievements won't be blocked in this interaction. Interesting. Yeah, that's something that I would not have assumed. I never pulled her, so I don't know, but yeah, that is definitely something that should be adjusted. If her intention is she's just like pulled off the field automatically, she didn't die, she's just pulled off the field, so it shouldn't count for death. I agree. Alright, question 8. With new heroes coming out regularly, older heroes can have a harder time finding teams, and even newer heroes can feel like they don't hold their value for very long. Could we get a long-term growth bonus system instead of relying only on hero reworks and tuning? For example, bonuses could scale based on the number of same faction or same class heroes you own and their awakening levels. A Lord skills-based 15 stat bonus could increase stepwise with the number of same faction Lord heroes and their awakening tiers, and similar system could apply to regular heroes. This would add more lineup depth and help older heroes stay useful longer. The High Commander, the same faction scaling idea, has a clear progression angle, but it would also create a large gap for players with small hero collections. Yeah, that would widen the gap even more. For that reason, we don't plan to introduce this type of growth stacking system right now. We're still open to other ideas that help older heroes get value over time. That is a very good and very fair response. I have to agree with the devs. Alright. When dev insights talk about balance, I'd like hero usage rates to be treated carefully. It can be affected by limited rosters, players intentionally using low-picked heroes for challenges, or people testing different comps, so usage rate by itself can be a shaky metric. Could balance evaluations combine actual performance data and player feedback instead of leaning too much on usage rate alone? So usage rate is only one part of balance picture. We evaluate both player experience and actual performance data. We don't rely solely on hero usage when making adjustments. Thanks for the suggestion related to game balance. Alright, question 10. In Guild War, some defensive lineups built around Arean and multiple other heroes can be hard to answer with the current Demon Soldier options. The main issue feels like a lack of effective counters, not just Arean being too strong, and that can make battles feel less tactical. Could we get more counterplay through Pantheon improvements, a new Demon Soldier designed to counter Arean, or just adjustments to Arean's high-value AoE control? So we've been paying attention to how Arean defensive lineups play in Guild War. We're looking at targeted ways to improve more counterplay in the future with the goal of bringing back more tactical variety to Guild War battles. I do like that they separated each question so people can react specifically, because then they can genuinely see which things stick out to the community that read these. Alright, quick clear tickets can feel too limiting right now. Even when I have enough stamina, I can't always quick clear as freely as I'd like. Could the quick clear system rely more on available stamina, less on tickets? I mean, that's kind of the point, I think. It's not like you can literally quick clear the entire game. You have a limited amount you can quick clear. I think that's more balanced. You don't want to literally, I mean, I do. Let's be honest, we do. Some of us do. But you don't want to be able to quick clear literally the entire game instantly based on your stamina. I think that's a little too much for a game like this. Unless you're going more idle RPG style. Or a game that just has so much. I mean, okay, Watcher Realms is getting to that point, to be fair, where there's so much going on that you don't have time to sit there and wait for farming to happen for a couple hours in the background. But that is why they speeded up the runs as well, so I feel like you could do an hour of runs a day in the background while doing all your other stuff, or just letting it half play for like half an hour here, half an hour there, half an hour there, or an hour here, an hour there, and you'd be still doing really well efficiently on any account. I can complete most events and I don't even play an hour a day most days. But they do say more quick clear tickets access is already planned. Future versions will increase the quick clear ticket output, which also makes stage farming more feasible when you have stamina to spend. Alright, question 12. The limited time synergy card schedule doesn't line up very well with European players right now. Oh my god, that was terrible. Literally never did it. I did it the first day, and then that was it. Leave a gap during the main active hours from AU players, so participation often falls during work hours or after 9 p.m. Could future runs at a fourth time window to cover the missing prime time slot and make participation smoother for players in more regions? So the Synergy cards received a lot of useful feedback after its first launch. We'll bring back the upcoming version and future optimizations, and timing adjustments are part of that work so players can join more hours. Yeah, that I did not like it. And also, I didn't like how long it felt like every single battle took. And then the requirements to do so many battles when it took so long for each battle felt crazy. Like, what do you mean I can do 30 of these a day? Do you want me to sit here for 4 hours and do synergy card battles? Like, what do you want? It felt way too much. Let me know if you guys agree on the time consumption for that event. So I just literally didn't do it at all. Like, I mean, I think I literally did like one battle the entire time. And then, but it was fine. I was still able to buy everything I needed from the shops, so that was good. This was a good optional event for people that wanted to have fun with it, but I didn't feel like I had to do it, which is actually a very good thing, to be fair. All right, question 13. With so much gear to sort, manually checking ancient gear, variant gear, low roll pieces takes a lot of time and easy to miss. Could gear filtering get a broader update? Like, a few things that could help: add exclusive ancient variant gear to the rule-based filtering, add option toggle to auto sell gear that hits bad attribute rules, allow multicolor like markers such as red for DPS, blue for tank, green for healing, yellow for inspiration, add low roll attribute filters with clear junk of blue roll indicators on the front end, and add whitelist blacklist filtering for secondary attributes. So they are saying gear filtering is due for a major quality of life improvement. We plan to make substantial optimizations to the gear filtering system in the second half of the year, which could make gear management much more efficient and reduce the amount of manual sorting. I still haven't used the new gear equipment planning features. It's fine. For planned badge artifact selling feature, I'd still need to manually check everything to avoid mistakes. Could we get a badge? Oh, excuse me. Could we get an artifact blacklist system where I can mark artifact types I don't want, and then matching items into auto sold during badge cleanups? That would make artifact sorting much more efficient and reduce manual checks. The artifact badge management is also planned for optimization in the second half of the year. We hope these improvements make artifact cleanup smoother and less time consuming. I really need to lower my mic so I don't have to like look around it. I'm trying to adjust to have the better sound because it's been really janky lately. Okay, yeah, that has been the basic dev insights. Now we're on to the hot topics. Wow, that was a long one. Sorry guys, hot topics. Well, there's less of them, so we'll try to go through these quicker, ironically. All right, question 1. For mid-game to end-game players, rewards like spirits, bullion, and extension tokens can feel less relevant over time. Are there any plans to replace the unwanted drops for end-game modes like Matrix, Strix Chasm, and other high-level PvE content with more relevant progression items? So, hi Commanders, thanks for all the thoughtful feedback around removing unwanted drops from endgame content like Titanic Ruins, Matrix, and Strix Chasm. We want to take a moment to share how we are thinking about this. Our vision here is clear. Endgame rewards should properly reflect the time, effort, and planning that commanders put into high difficulty content. Back in 2025, we removed some items from Matrix and Guild Boss rewards based on the data and feedback we had at that time. Since then, we've continued to look at further reduce their presence or remove them entirely. We know endgame rewards matter a lot. We're not rushing changes and making calls in isolation. It's always a mix of game data and what we're hearing from you. We're listening, we're keeping you updated through dev insights, patch notes, things moving forward. So it doesn't sound like any immediate changes again, but it is a weird thing to balance because if you... I don't know how to say it. It's like if you give only the high-end stages rewards that make things too OP, you're just forever widening the gaps and allowing other players to feel like they have any chance to start catching up. No one can ever catch up. Obviously, a new player and a non-spender is never going to catch up to someone who's played since day one and spends a lot. That's just not realistic, and that's just the way it is in these games. But I think it is hard to try to push for too OP rewards. With that still in mind, because there's still a balance to be had there. I don't know. I don't know how to explain my feelings there. But apparently, I'm getting sleepy. I gotta stop yawning. I'm good. Sorry. I'm good. Coffee. All right, question 2. As the hero pool grows bigger, the 20 times rate can feel less reliable when I'm saving resources for a specific banner hero. Could the summoning experience improve? Maybe give us a higher rate up that makes featured heroes easier to plan around. Yes, we're actively looking into ways to improve the summoning system. Rather than just increasing rate up numbers, we want to make the whole experience of pulling for targeted heroes feel more fair and engaging. We don't have full details to share yet, but one direction we're exploring is a new summoning event mechanics to improve your chances of getting rate up heroes in a more meaningful way. I wonder what that means. What do you guys think that could mean? New summon event mechanics that could improve your chances of getting rate up heroes in a more meaningful way. I don't know. I'm curious. I don't know. All right. Anyway, onward. Question 3. The reward gap between Overlord and Apex feels pretty large. Many players who reach 2100 plus points still miss out on the highest tier because of the top 500 limit. Are there any plans to adjust the reward structure for Apex Overlord entry criteria so PvP investment feels more rewarding for players and more motivation to keep pushing ranks? Yeah, that's a hard... I can't decide on that one too. I feel like Arena is a super competitive thing in these games. And there kind of does need to be a special place for the, like, where the best can just feel like they are. Like, that's one of those things I feel like PvP, for people that want to do it, it's okay that there is a special thing for them, a special tier for them. And then other players just like, people that don't care about Arena just don't bother with Apex. Or even Overlord. Like, you stay in Platinum 2 or 3 and you're good, or at worst, you know, or at best. I'm kind of iffy on that one either way. But all right, answer. In our 2025 dev interview, we talked about less grind, more thrills. We didn't lay out a full Arena plan then, but during the first half of 2026, we already rolled out a bunch of quality of life updates, things like double challenge, practice mode, and multiple team presets. Overall, these changes let commanders play closer to their real strategy without spending as much time in a repetitive system. We're also seeing more players reaching higher ranks like Platinum 3 and Overlord, up roughly 5 to 10% over the past few months. Yes, absolutely. Odd One, who has a brand new account, has been in Overlord every week. I have been getting Platinum 3 if I actually just try a little bit, and I'm lazy with Arena. So they definitely have done well to make it feel more attainable. So I think they've already done an amazing job. All right, they said that's great to see, but we're also aware it's shifted some attention toward Apex Overlord entry requirements and ranked reward structure. Right now, we're taking a full look at Arena again, both the recent data and how it actually feels to play. We can't give simple yes or no yet, but adjusting Apex Overlord requirements and rank is definitely on the table. Cool. All right, sandbox and attack codes currently don't work for Gladiator's Gauntlet. And since each round only lasts one day, it can be really rough for players who don't have time to play on that specific day. Can we get these features for Gauntlet too? Said yes, sandbox and attack code features for Gladiator's Gauntlet are in development. We'll share more details once we're closer to release and have something concrete to show. Victorious warriors win first, then go to war. We want these tools to help you better prepare and go into battle with more confidence in Gladiator's Gauntlet. Do high-end people in Gladiator's Gauntlet actually use the tech codes, or don't they just do shit themselves because they care a lot? I mean, I guess I could see if you're in a top high-end guild, you have a couple people working on figuring out the best, most perfect timings for one specific team comp, and that one person could share the attack code to everybody and be like, all right, if you're using this team, this is the best. But I feel like, I don't know, I still feel like that almost defeats the purpose of being in the highly competitive areas. But I guess people could always switch off, and the people that really love that theory crafting can have fun creating the codes that are most efficient. I'm curious though, I don't really know what people do in the high-end Guild War ranking these days, because I don't even make Gladiator's Gauntlet with my lazy guild, and I'm completely fine with that. Okay, question 5. Currently, Pantheon bonuses aren't clearly shown in the attribute panel. We can see the impact from gear artifacts and gem enhancement, but Pantheon stats are only visible on the character profile. Could Pantheon bonuses be added to the other column in the attribute panel? It would make it much easier to see how they affect a hero and give players a clear, complete view of their stats. It's so true. I literally forget they exist and I build people without even remembering that they're there. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, I never look at the other panel. But he said that's a fair point, and good news, this one's already in the works. Quality of life update preview. We're adding the option in the stats panel to let you choose whether Pantheon bonuses are included in display attributes. Once it's enabled, you'll get a much clearer view of your total stats at a glance. Well, I mean, if it's not like it turns off or turns on, so it should just always show. Why would you not want it to show if there's an option? But that's cool. All right. Anyway, question 6. Could we get more artifact quality of life improvements, such as an artifact directly to a target? Such as upgrading an artifact directly to a target rank or enhancement level. We already have all the required materials. Yeah, I feel like it takes way too long to upgrade an artifact and do the dupes and switch back and forth for sure. But recent gear quality of life updates like equipment plans and unequip all gear have really been well received. Thanks for all the feedback on them. We've also seen a lot of requests around making artifact enhancements smoother, and we agree this is an area that worth improving. Making core systems feel better to use has been a big part of our less grind, more thrills direction. With this theme, infinite evolution, we'll keep improving and expanding systems like this. Artifacts are definitely part of that plan. We're currently aiming at a Q4 release of an artifact update, with more details to come in future patch notes. Alright, guys. Special episode 8 done. Let me know what you think in the comments below. My chair just creaked a lot. I'm sorry if that was awkward. But thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one.